Welcome back to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the New York Mets Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 23. It is All-Star festivities, All-Star Week, All-Star Game time. It's everybody's favorite episode, All-Star Game, where we get to see all of the boys. And judging by this screen right here, it looks like we have 3 All-Star starters in the National League. We would have had 4, but we traded Alfonso Soriano last season. He starts at second base for the Cubs. But we have Walter Johnson on the mound to start the game. Albert Pujols is over at first. Ty Cobb is in center field. It's nice to see Walter Johnson absolutely get his recognition because he's having unbelievable season. I mean, he is already right there with the seasons he was putting up early in this series. He put up 19 in year 2 of this franchise when he went to Colorado, and that was the start of, or that was his actual second Cy Young Award, because he won 3 straight. He won this one, and this one, and then Roger Clemens won in 2026 just last year. So Walter Johnson has 3 Cy Youngs, and he is pretty much I mean, at this point, I don't know what he could do to not win it, but he's pretty much locked it up. He's having a fantastic year, and everybody else is having really, really good years too. I mean, this team is just so good at this point that there's really no stopping it. This is like a machine that has just become so self-aware and so good that you can't stop it, and that's how I feel. So it's all-star stuff. Not only is it the actual all-star game, but it's not trade deadline. It is home run derby stuff. I don't know if we're going to have anybody in the home run derby, but it's in Great American. Oh, man. The home run derby is in Great American Ballpark, and we don't have anybody participating in the home run derby this year. A little bit upsetting, but we have a former Met in Prince Fielder. Let's see. I want to participate in the derby, but I don't know who I want to be. Do I want to be the former Met Prince Fielder? I feel like I've already done that. I kind of want to be Aaron Judge. Or maybe Eddie Matthews. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who I want to be. Judge is a little bit older at this point. You know what? Let's be Eddie Matthews. The number 1 seed, we might as well see if we can dominate. So we're going to jump in here as Eddie Matthews and try to win the home run derby.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible. If a contestant hits 2 home runs 440 feet or further, they will earn an additional 30 seconds of bonus time. Whoever hits the most home runs will advance to...
Hack Wilson will start us off here, but we aren't going to watch him because nobody cares about him. But he does put up 23 home runs. And here we are. Eddie Matthews in Great American Ballpark, one of the best ballparks in baseball to hit home runs. And we are not off to the greatest of starts, especially when Hack Wilson put up 23. There we go, that's 405. I'm assuming he had bonus time. He had to have. Putting up 23 in 4 minutes without bonus time is pretty crazy if he did it. But we're starting to find our rhythm here. That one went a little bit short. This is honestly the first time I've ever played with Eddie Matthews, so I got to learn his swing and stuff. Oh, that's an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I guess I didn't press the button fully. Oh, that one's a monster shot. 433. Remember, we have to get to 440 for bonus time. That's 430. We're getting some pretty big nukes, but we're not sending them as deep as I want them to be. We need to get that 440. There's 422. We need to... Oh, that's a perfect. But it goes foul. Of course the perfect goes foul. We are running low on stamina. We are under 2 minutes to go. And I'm on a little bit of a slump, but there we go. That's good to get it back. I think Hack Wilson might have put up too many. Oh, that's a big one. 473 off the top of the foul pole. That one could carry, but it doesn't. We're going to take our timeout. We have 10 home runs, a minute 15. We have to hit 14 in this time span, which I don't think is actually possible unless we get that bonus time. Oh, that's a beautiful, perfect. 431. Even that high in the stadium, it didn't go over 440. The only way we win this is if we get bonus time, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen here. Because we're going on a little bit of a streak, but we got 20 seconds. 20 seconds to hit 10 home runs. I don't think that's physically possible, especially if we're not hitting them all right away. And we didn't get bonus time. Time is drained out. Hack Wilson has beat us. He just put up too many. He put up too many for me, and I honestly missed too many at the beginning. So congratulations to Mr. Hack. Putting up 23 in the first round is kind of crazy. And here is Aaron Judge. All rise for the Judge. He puts up 16. Why couldn't we have gone against that? I could have beaten 16. Well, I mean, I tied 16. Prince Fielder puts up 17, so he upsets Aaron Judge and moves on. Todd Helton stands up, and Todd Helton will beat Willie McCovey. I accidentally simulated the round. Todd Helton puts up 20. He beats Willie McCovey, who put up 14. Pudge put up 16, and the Polar Bear Pete Alonso beats him with 17. So we go to the semifinals. Hack Wilson just put up 23, and now he puts up 22. I think this is Hack Wilson's game. I think this is going to be Hack Wilson, but a tiebreaker. So Prince Fielder puts up 22 in that round as well. Pretty crazy. Hack put up 4 in the tiebreaker, and it looks like Prince put up 4 as well. Now it's a swing off. It is an absolute swing off. Hack Wilson put up 1 home run in 3 swings. Fielder puts up 1 home run in 3 swings. Oh no. Another tiebreaker? Or can Prince walk it off? Prince Fielder's done it. 2 swings it took him. Well, it took him all 3 swings, but he got 2 out of 3. What a battle between Fielder and Hack Wilson. An upset, you could say. Because I thought that Hack was pretty much guaranteed to move on. Todd Helton puts up 13. Pete Alonso's got to put up 14 to move past him, and he does. So it's Fielder versus Alonso for the championship. Who's going to be the home run derby king? Fielder kind of tired now, it looks like. He only puts up 14 in the finals. And Pete Alonso, 15 to win. He does it. Pete Alonso has claimed another home run derby crown. Congratulations to the man. He's done it. 17, 14, and 15. He's got himself another home run derby championship. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. But now with all that figured out, we can go to the All-Star game and have some fun. Our main man is starting the game, so we got to get to the Reds Stadium because that is where the Derby was taking place. So Cincinnati Reds ballpark. Quick counts are on. Walter Johnson will start, but do we have anybody else? So we don't have any other starting pitchers, which is kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. We have Eric Gagne has made the squad. Congratulations to him, 29 saves. But that is it. So we have 2 pitchers, the starting pitcher and then probably the best closer in baseball. And then on the actual lineup, we have Pujols, we have Hank Aaron. Wait, do we have Hank Aaron? We have Hank Aaron. I didn't see him on the team, but he must have just snuck in the last second. And then we have, Ty Cobb doesn't make it because he got moved to the bench, it looks like. Yeah, Ty Cobb got switched to the last second by Johnny Damon. Okay, so Pujols, Hank Aaron, Pete Rose, who's playing DH for some reason. I'm going to switch that. He's going to start at third base. Eddie Matthews can play DH. And then we would have had Soriano, but he's not in our team anymore. He's in Chicago. And then on the bench, good for Tyler Stevenson. All we have is Ty Cobb. We could have had Batista if we would trade for him. But so we have 2 pitchers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 all-star players this year. That's got to be up there with the most we've had in this series. I don't remember. I'd have to go back to each all-star episode and see, but that's pretty impressive. But now let's go and show why we have 6 all-star participants.
Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show brings you the MLB All-Star Game. It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singing, always special when we get together to call the All-Star Game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these all-star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about ready for baseball and pitching.
We will start on the mound to lead off the game with Walter Johnson against Nelly Fox. We will see if we can take him down to start this All-Star game. I'm excited. Oh, I guess it was a little too hot in here for Nelly Fox. I'm excited that how good Walter Johnson's been pitching. I mean, a 16-2 record in July with a sub-3 ERA. Are you kidding me? He's got a chance to get like 22 or 23 wins. If he continues on this pace, he's going to be unbelievably good. He's got a chance to break the win record by a single pitcher. And Juan Soto might have just broken the sound barrier with this shot, home run. Juan Soto, Johnny Damon couldn't make it. Maybe Ty Cobb would have if they wouldn't have replaced him. But Juan Soto gets the American League on the board with a solo shot in the first inning. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It's Great American Ballpark. You can't expect home runs to not show up. But that does annoy me because it happened against my guy Johnson. But Alan Trammell, oh my God, what a play, shortstop by him. That's okay, though. We can fight back. It's not a big deal. We're going up against Fernando Valenzuela. Johnny Damon steps to the plate. What will Johnny Damon do? He will send this into the right center gap. Johnny Damon around first, headed to second, 85 speed, and he will make it easily, walking up, standing at second base for a leadoff double. That's how you get the run back that you needed. Alan Trammell, however you want to say his name, he steps up with a runner on second, nobody out. And Trammell up the middle to shortstop. That'll do its job. It'll move Damon to third with one down in the inning. For the machine, Albert Pujols has a chance to get himself an RBI. Won't do it on that pitch. That's a nice screwball pitch. That is a pretty good screwball at the bottom corner. That would have just resulted in a ground ball probably. And he tried to get me on the screwball again. This time he loses all control of it. Or maybe that's what he intended on doing. I don't know. But he sends it to sends it to the ball anyway. And that's going to be inside. He's really trying to get me on these hanging curves. He almost hit me on that one. 3-2. He didn't. Oh my God. That was just the most annoying at-bat I've ever had in my life. He didn't even throw a strike on that final pitch. He would have walked me if I didn't swing at that. But I didn't think he'd throw an off-speed pitch right there at that moment. And he chose to throw a 71-mile-an-hour circle change. The audacity to throw that. And then, of course, I couldn't do anything with it afterwards. And we leave a runner stranded on third. So the American League still leads 1-0 here as we go to the top of the second. But Pudge Rodriguez will stare at a fastball for the first out. We will warm up Robin Roberts so he can get ready for the third inning. And Roberto Clemente will take his place here in the All-Star game. But he swings and misses past the fastball. Walter Johnson is him. Bobby Witt Jr., we're very familiar with him from our Royals series. And he's looking at a 3-2 count, 2 down in the inning, 2-seam fastball. Set him up and knock him down. 1, 2, 3 inning strikeouts in order. And here comes the Hank. Hank Aaron has had another unbelievably good start to the year. Makes another All-Star game. I don't know if he's going to have the amount of home runs that he had last year, but he's certainly having a good enough season. I mean, at this point, we don't really need him to have that many home runs this year because he's got a lot of really, really good players around him. Unlike when he was in Atlanta, he didn't really have that. Not at every position, but in New York, he's got players at every position that are just as good as him in terms of like hitting home runs. So, I mean, he doesn't really need to worry, really. He's all good. He is all good in the hood. Piazza sends that to left field, but it just hooks. Foul. A little bit upsetting, but it is what it is. And that one goes to a ball, screwball. Another one. I don't like Valenzuela. I wish that they would replace him. Throw me some fastballs that I can absolutely torch. Like that one, but I was late because I am sucketh. Oh, okay. 2-2. He gave me what I want, and I didn't even do anything with it. That was a curveball up in the zone, but I didn't do anything with it either, and that is the end of the second inning for the National League. Not good. Robin Roberts will come in to replace our guy Walter Johnson. We'll warm up Ed Walsh, and we will get ready for the third inning here in Great American in Cincinnati. First time the Reds have had this game since 2015? The Todd Father year, I think might have been the last time the Reds had the All-Star game. 1-2 count to Larry Doby, or Dobby, however you want to pronounce his name, I don't care. He sends it to Pujols. Pujols steps on the bag, and that is the first out. Ryan Mountcastle, of all people, has made the starters for the American League, and he's chasing waterfalls there. I don't know what that was. You should never have swung at that, but that looks like something I would have swung at. I can speak English. He stares at a sinker. Mountcastle strikes out. And we're back to Nelly Fox. 3-1 count to him. Trying to keep his inning alive. He grounds out to Pete Rose at third. Pete Fields on first. And that is a quick third inning for the American League. All right, and it's the Babe. They bring in Babe Ruth. Very interesting. We will schedule Ed Walsh to come in. Ted Williams will step to the plate against the Babe. It is a legendary matchup. Babe Ruth sends a 90-mile-an-hour two-seamer for ball 2. He doesn't really have that many pitches in his arsenal, which is nice. And Ted Williams, oh my God, he smoked it, but it just dies at the wall. I thought Ted Williams just tied the game. Unfortunately, it just didn't take a far enough travel, even in Great American. Soriano, that's going to be a little bit too high. Center fielder's going to come on. Oh, actually, it almost made it to right in front of him, but he did make the catch. That almost fell right in front of his face. Well, think about if it would have like bounced past him and rolled into center field. I don't know why I swung at that. It could have had a triple there. That could have been pretty awesome. But instead, it's an out. 2 down in the inning for Johnny Damon, who just ends the inning with a fly out or a pop up to foul territory at first base. Okay. So we cannot really get anything going here. We had that first inning. Good to see former Met Miguel Cabrera make an all-star game, especially as a starter. But it seems like we cannot really get anything going here. We had that first inning where we got Johnny Damon to third, but didn't do anything with it after that. And then since then, has not been very productive, I will say. Kind of annoying. But that's how all-star games go sometimes. Sometimes you just don't have it. I mean, this is the best of the best. You would expect it to be a close game. This isn't the NBA all-star game. The man that scored the one run is right here. Juan Soto with a 2-2 count and 1 out in the inning. And he almost, arguably, should have been called for strike 3 there. I don't know how that palm ball did not get called strike 3, but it didn't. But he does swing and miss after the 12-6 for the second out. I need to make sure that Zach Gallen is warmed up, and we will get Carlos Rodon warmed up as well. Lou Gehrig, another former New York Met. A little bit earlier in the series, he was a Met. He was he part of that Mickey Mantle trade that we made? I don't remember. He might have been. Trammell gonna have to make a tough throw, but he does it. On to first to get the third out. Very tough throw. And they bring in Don Sutton to replace the Babe. We are getting close to the time where we have to start substituting our actual hitters to get the bench in. That'll probably come in the 6th inning, I would say. Pujols is up. And what can the Met do? Albert Pujols. 2-1 count, fastball coming in, and Pujols sends it back up the middle. Great play by Bobby Witt at shortstop, and he's got him onto first for the second out. That's our Kansas City Royal right there. Bobby Witt showing off the defensive skills, the defensive prowess with that play. 3-1 count to Eddie Matthews after the knuckle curve, a little bit of the knuckler. What will the home run derby favorite do in this one? Maybe we shouldn't have been Eddie Matthews, and then he would have had a better shot to win the home run derby. Although Hack Wilson put up 23 is kind of crazy. I don't even know if the CPU Eddie Matthews could have done that. But the user Eddie Matthews doesn't do anything either. So we got to get Zach Gallen in the game now. Top of the 5th. 1-2 count to Pudge. Fastball, he fouls it off. We'll give a slider here. Let's give a little bit of a slider. Hardly know her. And Pudge will stare at it? Really? How in the world does he not swing at that? That was enticing. They're really making Alan Trammell work for this defensive paycheck here. He does get it out. Roberto Clemente is up next. It's always nice to see real-life active players, pitchers or hitters, that play so well in a Legends series, and I shouldn't have even opened my mouth. Roberto Clemente makes it 2-0 American League with a solo shot to right field off of Zach Gallen, but that's really not indicative of what my point is. My point is that it's nice to see these guys play well against these all-time legends, because, especially like make an all-star team, because you would think that it's just going to be all these legendary players who are all super high overalls. But sometimes you get some sprinkle of actual current day players like Zach Gallen, like Carlos Rodon. Oh my God, Pujols! Why don't you do that in the regular season? Great double play, athletic play from Pujols. I wish he would do that more. Zach Wheeler steps to the plate, and this is the final time we will see our guy Hank Aaron. He'll get substituted next time. And I suck the life out of myself. That was horrible. I should have hit that for a home run, but I didn't do it. Wheeler. Ooh, okay. Slider. Missed. 2-2 count to Hank. Can he hit a home run here? Nope, but he gets a single up the middle into center field. Base hit by Hank Aaron. Leadoff single. Good job. That gets us in play for a nice big inning. We will make sure that Carlos Rodon is ready to go, and we will warm up Felix Bautista. Come on, Pete. Back-to-back New York Mets. You gotta do it. You gotta do the dang thing. Pete Rose will stare at a fastball 3-1. I'll take a walk, I guess. I will take a walk, but I want to see a big-time hit into the gap in center field somewhere. Pete Rose, it's not in the center field, but it is into left field, so it's a base hit. Nobody out, runners on first and second. The New York Mets do their job. Their two representatives get on base. It's now time for Mike Pizza. What can he do? He's got the steroid needle sticking out his back. What can he do? 2-1 count, bottom 5. Runners on first and second. 0 for 1 today for Pizza. Stares at a circle change. That was enticing. I almost swung at it. If Piazza can get on base here, Ted Williams with the bases loaded, nobody out, that's a dangerous proposition. And Mike Piazza won't walk, but he will have the bases loaded for Ted. Ted Williams, bases loaded, nobody out, has a chance to do some damage, some irreparable damage. 1-1 count. Come on, Ted. Come on. You gotta do it. You're a legend. Show him why. Ted Williams to Bobby Witt. It's the first out of the inning. I can't believe it. I'm sicker than sick. But it's the former Met, Alfonso Soriano. If you can't trust anybody to get the job done, do it yourself. Soriano into center field. That'll score 2 and tie the game. Of course, it had to be the former Met. Alfonso Soriano ties the game at 2 with a single into center field. And now it's back to the leadoff man, Johnny Damon. All Johnny's got to do is put this into play, basically, as long as it's not a double play. And he will have himself a lead, and he does more than that. He puts it into left center, moves Soriano to third, and the National League takes the lead 3-2. Zach Wheeler has choked this game away, and they bring Ernest Andino. I don't know who this is, but he comes in relief of Zach Wheeler to try to keep this game from growing immensely. Runners on the corners, 1 out, a 1-2 count to Tremel. I said both ways in the one pronunciation. And I will swing and miss past that pitch, and it is a strikeout. But it's the next New York Met. It is Albert Pujols. He's 0 for 2 today, but this is his chance to be the hero. Pujols into left center. Get down. It doesn't. It's an out. But we do the job and get the lead, which is nice. And now Carlos Rodon will step to the plate. And we will warm up probably K-Rod as well. And now, next time we come up in the bottom of the 6th, we will have ourselves some substitutions. Soriano on to first. That's the first out of the 6th. Now it's back to the number 1 hitter, Nelly Fox. And he's also got a 3-1. Carlos Rodon needs to be careful. That's back-to-back 3-1s. He's got to be careful. Full count. Nelly Fox misses the circle change, and that is strike 3. Second out. Miggy Cabrera. He's got a 1-1, and he doesn't chase the fastball. It's 2-1. How do you not chase the fastball? It's super enticing. And the circle change doesn't get called strike either. It is 3-1 for the 3rd time in this inning. Cabrera thought about swinging at that slider, but he doesn't. It's a full count. Here comes the circle change. And he chased it. I don't know why. He was holding off so well at the early stages of that at-bat. But he breaks down and he goes for it. All right, so it's time for substitutions. Eddie Matthews has the benefit of we can pick basically anybody because he's the DH. So I think we're going to have to go either a catcher or a right fielder. I think we're going to go Gary Sheffield here. Gary Sheffield will come in to replace Eddie Matthews as the DH. He's looking at a full count from Andino. And into center field, that should pop down, and it does. Leadoff single by Gary Sheffield. Good way to start the inning, especially when we had such a good 5th inning. And now, unfortunately, Hank Aaron has to get moved as well, and we only have one more right fielder left. It's Jose Bautista, the possible future New York Met. I'm not saying anything, but it could happen. That has definitely intrigued me. I have wanted Jose Bautista since we started this series, really. And he will have himself a single. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and it looks like we're continuing that dominant inning we just had. Pete Rose, unfortunately, will get moved as well. We have Mike Schmidt, I think, is the only other third baseman, so we will add him to the team. And we will see what we can do with runners on first and second and nobody out. That's a fastball up in the zone right next to his elbow right there for a ball. 2-1 count. Come on, Schmitty. Do it. Oh, that's going to be called for a ball, thankfully. I thought that they were going to count that as a strike. I'm glad they didn't. And it's 3-1. Down low. Mike Schmidt might have just opened this game. To the wall. And Soto makes the play at the wall. It wouldn't have been a home run regardless, but how that didn't go for a home run, I have no idea. Mike Piazza will get substituted. He's behind the plate. We'll give it to Ernie Witt, but Tyler Stevenson probably should have got the call. I went with Ernie Witt because he's the higher overall. 1 out in the inning. Still runners on first and second. Ernie Witt goes down low for that one, but he was a little too early, so it's a foul ball. He's got a pretty wide stance. This man is stretched out like he's doing some yoga. Down low, over the first baseman's head. That's going to score a run. It'll be 4-2, and Ernie Witt has given us a little bit of cushion. That's what we needed. That is exactly what we needed. Ted Williams will get taken out now for probably Ralph Kiner. It looks like it's going to be him. And now Kiner's got runners on the corners and 1 out. So we'll see what he can do. Ralph into center field. Another RBI for the National League. It is 5-2, and the American League is starting to see their hopes get dashed away. Soriano will get substituted for Luis Garcia. And maybe we can add even more to this lead. The 5th and 6th innings have been so crucial for us. I'm super happy that we've had these innings. And Garcia will get on base. I'm not going to send anybody around to score because honestly 20 speed would have gotten thrown out. So it is bases loaded for probably a bench guy. Oh, it's Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb got robbed of his starting spot by Johnny Damon at the last second, but he's got his chance to show why he should have been an all-star starter by scoring a bunch of runs, and he will do just that. Ty Cobb will deliver and score 2 runs. It is 7-2, National League on top. And it's the New York Met Ty Cobb to get the job done. Trammell will get replaced by Frankie Lindor. And I think we've finished all the subs. Oh, no, we need to do the first baseman, I think. We need to bring Vladdy Jr. in. Frankie Lindor checks swing on the curveball, strike 2. Only 1 out still. Runners on the corners. Lindor gets a nice pitch, but it's not going to be good enough, unfortunately. And I don't think I'm going to send anybody. 49 speed is a little dangerous, especially when we have a chance to add even more runs. So we're going to keep everybody where they are, and Pujols will get substituted out for the final sub of this inning, probably. It'll be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I haven't used Vladdy in a while, probably since that Red Series on MLB The Show 22. Was the last time I used Vladdy Jr., and he won't do anything with his at-bat. Fox will come in and get that final out, but we did enough damage there. We certainly did enough damage. Babe Ruth will come in to hit, and we will bring in Felix Bautista here in the top of the 7th. 1-1 count to the Babe, and he fouls off that fastball. He's never seen a splitter before. We'll give it to him, and he strikes out. Couldn't handle it. Babe Ruth swing and a miss for the first out. They bring in, who is that? Oh, it's Joe Torre to replace somebody. 1-2 count the splitter. Torre sends it to Garcia at second. Garcia fields on to first. Second out. And now they bring in Johnny Bench, the former New York Met. I think he's in Colorado now, if I'm not mistaken. And he doesn't do anything. Batista makes the play, and that is the final out. We go bottom 7. Gary Sheffield, we probably should put you in, and we're going to do Willie McCovey. So Willie McCovey will get a chance to hit here in the bottom of the 7th as the DH. At this point, all we need to do is just ride it out for these next couple innings. We don't need any more runs. We just need to rely on our bullpen. I mean, it's an all-star bullpen, so we need to rely on those guys to get the job done, and we can move on. We don't need to replace Jose Batista, but we do need to warm up Eric Gagne and schedule to put in K-Rod. And yeah, I'm going to put in Eric Gagne instead of the real closer Devin Williams because he's my guy. Eric Gagne is my pitcher. Jose Bautista will send that to center field. Won't do anything with it. And that's the second out. That's okay. Because Mike Schmidt steps up. And Mike Schmidt hopefully will do something with this at bat. Mike Schmidt into center field. Base hit with 2 down in the inning. Keeps the inning alive for the National League. Good job. You love to see it. And now it's time for Ernie Whitt. Ernie Whitt did his job last time. He got himself an RBI. Can he do it again? Ernie Whitt fouls off the fastball, and I only fouled that off because I pulled the PCI a little bit too low. I thought that was going to drop at the last second. It did not. Ooh, but I'm going to swing in that one, and that's going to be a base hit down the right field line. Extra bases for Ernie Whitt. And I'm not going to... I really wanted to send him home. I really wanted to send 58 speed Mike Schmidt home, but I couldn't do it. Not in good consciousness. I couldn't do it. Ralph Kiner steps up. Runners on second and third. 2 down in the inning. A chance to extend this lead even further. Kiner fouls off the fastball for strike 2. Come on, Ralph. Come on. You got this. You absolutely don't got this. Kiner swings and misses. Strike 3, end of the inning. But honestly, that's probably a good thing because we didn't need any more runs. K-Rod will step up here in the 8th. Richie Ashburn will lead off, and he's bunting in the All-Star game down 5. That is insane sentence to say, but he did it. Didn't work for him. He strikes out anyway. Kind of embarrassing. Put yourself on this grand stage with the world watching, and you do that. But it's against K-Rod, so I guess it's understandable. Ooh, I'm not getting these locations here against Bobby Witt. The fastball, he fouls that off down the right field side. We'll give a curveball. This could very easily be a ball, though. Oh, it's a swing and a miss. And Ernie Whitt will catch it and send it to first base. I don't know why Whitt chose to do that. Larry Larry sends that to right field, and it's going to be off the wall. Double for Larry Doby. He keeps the inning alive and allows for Ryan Mountcastle to maybe get this team back in it. He sends that to left center. Ty Cobb giving chase. It dies at the warning track, and Cobb makes the final out of the inning. That was a little bit dangerous there. That was a little bit dangerous. We will go to the bullpen, and we will schedule Eric Gagne to come in for the top of the 9th. Luis Garcia will fight against the former Met, Billy Wagner. Actually, I don't know if it's the former Met. It could be the other Billy. There's 2 Billy Wagners in this universe, so it could be the other Billy Wagner, but I'm assuming it's going to be our Billy Wagner that we traded away. And he allows a hit to Luis Garcia. Ty Cobb. He did his job last time. He got himself some RBIs. What can he do this time? He's hitting from the right side now. And he will check swing, look at a curveball for ball 2. I think that's the other Billy Wagner. I don't think that's ours. 2-2 count to Ty Cobb. I should have went low in the zone too. I didn't do that. That was a mistake by me. 2-2 count. Come on, Ty. You got to do this. You got to. You got to believe. Ty Cobb grounded to Mountcastle. On to Bobby Witt. Back to first base and Billy Wagner. That's a double play. And that is not what we needed. That's upsetting. But Francisco Lindor will step up to maybe extend the inning, and that is going to go to the second baseman for the 3rd out. We go top 9 with Eric Gagne coming in and Nico Horner for the American League, excuse me. Nico gets a ground ball past Lindor. Trammell would have made that play. And that's a leadoff single. Ellie De La Cruz is hitting for the American League here. Not what I expected to come off the bench, but I mean, he's made an All-Star game. Congratulations to him. We're very familiar with him in the Royals series. But he strikes out here in the Mets series. Unfortunate. And now it's the home run runner-up. Hack will. Oh, no, it's not the home run runner-up. He got beat in the semifinals. That's right. But he walked anyway, so it doesn't matter. Pee Wee Reese is up. Come on, Gagne. Don't make me look like a loser for putting you in instead of Devin Williams. Come on, Gagne. You can do this. There it is. Strike 3 on Pee Wee Reese. And we are 2 down. It's Johnny Bench. And he stares at a fastball. It's 3-2. Come on. Everybody's going. And Johnny Bench sends the splitter foul. There's the slider. Foul off as well. He continues to survive. Another slider. Strike 3. And the American League All-Stars get it done. Wait, did I say the National League All-Stars get it done? I don't know why I said American League. The National League All-Stars get it done. The Mets looked pretty good in their showings. Gagne looked a little bit shaky there for a second, but we got it done. Walter Johnson did allow that home run, but after that he looked dominant, as you would expect. And we will win the All-Star game this year. I wonder how many times we've won the All-Star game. Big trade. Tony Clark headed to Baltimore from the Giants for a couple of younger guys. And another trade, Keith Hernandez is sent from the Yankees to the Rockies for a couple young guys. Okay, some very interesting moves. And that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It looks like they've taken Jose Bautista off the trade deadline, but I didn't forget about that. Jose Bautista is on my mind, and I kind of want him. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the All-Star episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Cup. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.